This talk is the final summary of the unvarnished cartography. It is the voice of the survivor who walked through the fire, built a monument from the ashes, and then watched that monument collapse. This is the end of the line. The journey begins not with a choice, but with an assault. This was the explosion. The dynamite pop in the chest, the roar of a reality too large for the skull. It was not a spiritual experience to be displayed. It was a forced demolition. In one stroke, I was cast out of the dream of the separate self and into a terrifying duality, the infinite bliss of unity and the gut-wrenching agony of seeing a world still trapped in the dark. Then came the reconstruction. My mind, brilliant, resilient, and desperate for order, began to build a worldview from the rubble. I mapped the human being, the fallen perception, the spiral orbit. This was a necessary alchemy. I translated the raw, non-verbal scream of the experience into a coherent map. This phase is beautiful, and it is a trap. It turns the catastrophic injury into a story with a purpose. It gives the survivor a place to stand, but eventually the maps are folded away. I entered the sobering reality. This is the phase the gurus never mention, the long, cold walk through the ruins. The dream is dead. The enlightened being I wanted to become was just another fantasy. Reality is not bliss. It is raw, unfiltered awareness. I reached the devastating conclusion. My mind has claws, so whatever I find has flaws. So where do you go when there is nowhere left to run? You stop. The path is no longer about seeking, fighting, or even understanding. You cannot stop the mind from having claws. That is its function. You cannot find a world without flaws. That is the mind's shadow. You are left with the only thing that cannot be shattered, the capacity to witness. You cannot win the war because you are the battlefield. You cannot find the light because you are the light. You cannot heal the wound because the wound is the only place the light enters. The journey is not a failure. It is the systematic elimination of every escape route. So you are finally, terrifyingly, and beautifully standing in the ruins of truth. You're already underground. You just haven't noticed yet, but you will. Welcome to Insights from Underground.